Today we're going to read from Breaking News English, House Dust Could Make Us Fat. All right, if you're ready, you may begin.
Okay. Scientists say house dust could make us fat. They say that people should keep their house clean if they want to avoid putting on weight. The scientists are from Duke University in the USA. They did some research on how dust affects mice. The researchers collected dust samples from 11 different houses and put them in the cells of mice. Dust from 9 of the houses made the mice fatter. The scientists said house dust changed the hormones in the mice that create fat in their body. The scientists said that we breathe in and swallow small amounts of dust.
Okay, so we'll call this we breathe.
Okay. The scientists said that we breathe in and swallow small amounts of dust.
Swallow.
Swallow small amounts of dust. Researcher Dr. Heather Stapleton said amounts of dust as low as 3 micrograms cause measurable effects.
Okay, and this is going to be effects, measurable effects.
Measurable effect.
With it as effects.
Effects. The dust particles contain chemicals called EDCS. These can change or copy the body's hormones. EDCS are found in sofas and carpets to make them fire resistant. They are also added to some plastics to make them bend more, and in cosmetics, food packaging, and household cleaning products. The researchers said EDCS are everywhere in most houses. They say the chemicals can affect your health and that children are at a higher risk. EDCS also cause other health risks, including creating learning disabilities in children. Studies have also shown that EDCS can raise the risk of cancer and infertility. The researchers said there was a critical need to assess things we make that can make us unhealthy.
Okay, very good. Very nice reading. So now just pronounce these words for me. Breathe, breathe,
swallow, measurable effects.
Measurable effects.
Measurable effects.
Okay, good. All right, I'm going to give you the remote, Bernard, and I want you to match the vocabulary words for me. I think you should have the controls now. Okay. Avoid is going to be what?
Okay. Avoid. Keep away from.
Very good. See if you can match avoid and F.
Okay. Okay. Keep away from. Research. Test. Affects. Influences. Perhaps.
Okay.
create, I don't know, amounts, quantities, contain, include,
Mhm.
cosmetics, makeup, disabilities, disorders, raise, increase,
Mhm.
assess, create, produce,
Very good.
and assess, evaluate.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. So there we have the matched words. Any questions?
No, no, no.
All right. Let's take a look at the true false.
The article says dust helps keep the house clean. The article says dust helps keep the house clean. False.
Okay, that's false. So use your mouse and circle
Okay.
the letter.
Okay, I used researcher did test on 11 different mice. No, false. Researcher did test on 11 different houses.
Mhm.
Dust, okay. Dust changed hormones in the mice, and that made them fatter. True.
Mhm.
Strange, but true. A researcher said that even 3 micrograms of dust could create effects. The researcher said even 3 micrograms of dust could create effects. I don't know why the word cold is in the phrase. The researcher said even 3 micrograms of dust create effects.
Okay, it should be can, I believe. It's just a misprint. I believe it should be can create.
Okay. I don't remember. Perhaps it's true. I don't remember exactly.
Uh,
Uh,
let's see. I believe it's true also, but I don't see the answer.
I don't see it. Okay. Amounts of dust as low as 3 micrograms
Okay.
measurable effect. Okay, it's true. Dust particles contain chemicals called DECS. It's false because it's called EDCS, not D. False.
Okay. Good.
Okay. The article says older people are at greater risk from chemical in dust. Yes. At risk including crime. No. It's false.
Mhm.
It's false, perhaps. The chemical in dust can help with fertility. It's false. The chemical in dust can cause infertility. Oh my God.
Mhm. Okay. False.
The researcher said there was no need to assess chemical in dust. The researcher said there was no need to assess chemical in the false.
That's false.
That's false.
Mhm. All right. Good job there. Any questions so far?
No, I think I understood.
Okay.
I understand.
You read well and you've answered the questions. Okay, let me have the mouse. If you release the mouse, release the mouse. Okay. And now we'll go down to this section here where we have the phrase match. I'd like for you to look at the phrases and use the phrases to help determine what the article is about.
Okay.
All right. When you're ready, you may start.
Yeah.
It should be something like that. In this article, we learned people should keep their homes free of dust and avoid putting dust or avoid letting dust lie everywhere. The research was done on blah, 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 mice. Okay.
Okay. People should keep their house clean in order to avoid putting the dust, avoid putting some problem.
Putting their health at risk.
Putting the health at risk. They did some research, some scientists did some research on the dust in the 11 houses. The researcher collected dust in 11 houses, and they saw that they learned that in 9 of these 11 houses, the dust could increase the fat of the mice who are subjected to the dust. If the mice breathe and swallow the dust,
breathe in and swallowed. If the air is breathed in and swallowed.
Yes, if the mice breathe in and swallow the dust, they could become very fat. The dust particles contain chemical products that could be dangerous for health. Some of the chemical products are put in carpets, are put in canapes in order to avoid them to fire. But we can't find this kind of chemicals product in the food. In a house with dust, children are at a higher risk than adults because they're most weak than adults. EDCS can raise the risk of cancer.
Okay, nicely done using all of those items today. And finally, in our lesson for today, we're going to look at your choice of healthy things or unhealthy things. So I'd like for you to choose dust, electrical wiring, something damp, or bacteria. Okay? Which of these things do you believe is to be the most unhealthiest?
What is a damp?
Damp is something that's wet, but not soaking wet. It's just damp. Sometimes when you run out in the rain and you run inside, your shirt is a little damp. You can keep it on, but it's a little damp.
In fact, it's humidity.
Yes.
Okay. If your house if there's humidity in your house, it could be damaging for your health. Okay.
Very good.
I suppose that the most dangerous thing in a house, in my opinion, is to have a house with damp all the year or all the wet season. It must be bad for your health, particularly if you have rheumatism. And after many years spent in this kind of house, you surely have problems to move when we become older.
So, in your opinion, which is better, or which is the most unhealthiest? Which one is the unhealthiest? dust, electrical wiring, dampness, or bacteria? Or are you telling me that being damp is the unhealthiest thing in the house?
I think the most unhealthy reason to be ill in a house could be the damp. If you have, but of course, the other problem exists. The second problem, in my opinion, is the problem of electrical wirings. Because if your electrical wiring is not in good condition, you could be electrocuted and you could be died. After that, the problem could be, I suppose, bacteria. If you have bacteria in the mattress, if you have bacteria in the pillow, perhaps you could have problems to breathe. You could have problem to swallow. And the last problem in a house, in my opinion, will be the dust. Because there's always dust in a house, even if you use the Hoover every day.
Very good. And in my opinion, electrical wiring would be the most unhealthiest thing. If you're walking through your home and your feet is wet and you step on exposed electrical wiring, you could become shocked and die.
Yes.
All right. Well, nice job there as well. And did you understand the article? Nice.
Yes.
All right. So as I've said yesterday and maybe some previous sessions, your comprehension is very good, and I'm hoping that you are recognizing the improvement.